umaga, tanghali, hapon o gabi sa inyong lahat. I'm John Jairo Villegas, or you can call me Sir John, from STEM 11-2B. In this video, we're gonna tackle about first, the simple interest to have a smooth transition for our main topic, which is the exact and the ordinary interest in actual and approximate time. So let's start.
First, what is simple interest? It's the interest on borrowing that's calculated using an original principal amount only and an interest rate that never changes. Now let's move on the formula or solution in simple interest. We're going to use this triangle formula in simple interest. I for interest, P for principal, R for rate, and T for time. If the interest is missing, we're gonna use the formula PRT. If the principal is missing, we're using interest over rate multiplied by time, or interest divided by rate multiplied by time. If the rate is missing, we're gonna use the interest over principal multiplied by time. If the time is missing, we're using I over PR, or I for interest over principal multiplied by rate. If in the given word problem asking for future value or the maturity value, we're using the formula interest plus principal. Now let's have some examples for solving simple interest by finding each variables. In this problem, Aki invested 8,000 pesos in a savings account that earns a simple interest rate of 5% per year. How much interest will she earn in 3 years? So let's write down the variable first, then analyze the problem. So Aki invested 8,000 pesos. That will be our principal. Then in a savings account that earns a simple interest rate of 5%. 5% our rate. So we will convert it into decimal by doing 5 over 100. Then the answer will be 0.05. Then how much interest will she earn in 3 years? So we're finding the interest. And our time is 3 years. So in this given problem, we're finding the interest. So we're using the formula I is equal to PRT. Then substitute 8,000 times 0.05 times 3. That's our principal rate and time. Then the answer will be, let's put in a calculator. Then the answer will be 1,200. So that will be our interest. What if the given problem, ang hinahanap ay principal, rate, kaya naman time? So mag-assume tayo na nawawala yung given na to. Pero here's the answer in the given problem kanina. 5%, syempre automatic 0.05 na yan. So dito muna tayo sa principal. So the using formula is I over RT. Yan. Then let's substitute 1,200 over 0.05 times 3. Then the answer will be, syempre, 8,000. Andiyan na eh. Then let's solve for rate. Para sure lang tayo. Interest over PT. Then 1,200. 8,000. And 3. Then the answer will be 0.05. So, para maging percent, times natin siya sa 100. Then the answer will be 5. 5% is the rate. For time naman, we're using I over PR. Then 1,200 over 8,000 times 0.05. Then, sa calculator, ang lalabas niyan is 3. Then, it's 3 years. Kasi yun nasa problem. The two kinds of simple interest is exact simple interest and ordinary simple interest. But first, we should know the definitions of each kinds of interest. Here is the short definitions of exact interest, ordinary interest in actual days, and approximate days. Unahin muna natin ang dalawang to, ang exact interest at ang actual days. In exact interest, days in a year based on calendar. Ang araw sa isang taon ay nakabase sa kalendaryo. So, meron tayong 365 days, which is not leap year. 366 days naman kapag leap year. So, how do we know if the given year is leap year or not? For example, 2020. We're gonna use this formula, year over 4. So, 2020 divided by 4 is equal to 505. Ang sabi dito, kapag ang sagot natin ay no decimal point, therefore it's not leap year or equal to 365 days. So 2020 is equal to 365 days. Pag 2021 na naman, 2021 divided by 4 is equal to 505.25. 25. Yan, 505. Sabi naman dito, kapag with decimal ang sagot, therefore, it's leap year or equal to 366 days. So, ang 2021 is equal siya sa 366 days. In actual days or time, is a days in a month that is based on calendar. Ito ang araw sa isang buwan na nakabase sa kalendaryo. So, meron tayong 30, 31. So, how do we know if the month is leap year or not? Sabi dito, ang February 28 ay not leap year. Kapag February 29 naman is leap year. So, paano na natin malalaman kung ang month is leap year or not? So, babalik tayo dito. Mag-base tayo sa year pa din. Year over 4. Di ba, ang 2020 is 365 days, which is not leap year. So, the days in February in this year 2020 is 28. Sa 2021 naman, may decimal point, which is leap year siya, is equal to 366 days. Therefore, the days in February in year 2021 is 29 because it's leap year. In ordinary interest, is a days in a year is equal to 360. So, the days is not based on calendar because leap year or not, the days in a year is equal to 360. So, wala na tayong gagawin doon kasi leap year or not man siya, equal pa rin siya sa 360 days when it comes to ordinary interest. In approximate days or time, is a days in a month, it is equal to 30. Ito yung araw sa isang buwan na equal lang siya sa 30. So, wala na rin tayong gagawin doon. Leap year or not, the days in a month is equal to 30. Here's the two kinds of simple interest. We have exact simple interest, which means the days in a year is based on calendar. Ito yung araw sa isang taon na nakabase sa kalendaryo. So, pwede siyang 365 if not leap year, or 366 if leap year naman siya. In exact simple interest, we're using the formula interest is equal to principal times rate times time na pinalitan ng number of days over 365. Next is we have ordinary simple interest. In ordinary simple interest, which is the days in a year is assumed by 360 days. Ito yung days sa isang taon na hindi nakabase sa kalendaryo. Equal lang siya sa 360 days lahat. So, In ordinary simple interest, we're using the formula interest equal to principal times rate times time na pinilatan ulit ng number of days over 360 naman siya. In number of days, we have two kinds, the actual days or time and the approximate. So anong pinagkaiba ng dalawang yan? Sa actual days or time, it is a days based on calendar. It's a days in a month na nakabase sa kalendaryo. So pwede siyang 30 or 31. Kapag leap year, yung February magiging February 29. Kapag not leap year naman, February 28. Sa approximate days or time, it's the days in a month that is equal to 30. So, lahat ng days sa isang buwan, sa loob ng isang taon, is equal siya sa 30. Kahit yung February, leap year or not, it's equal to 30. Let's have example number 1. Kayla loan of 5,000 pesos with simple annual rate of 14% was made on December 19, 2020 and was due date on March 16, 2021. Find the ordinary interest in actual and approximate days. First, let's analyze the problem. We have loan of 5,000 pesos, which is our principal, and the rate of 14%, which is 14 over 100, so magiging 0.14. And multiply by time, which is the number of days over 360 in ordinary interest. Now, let's solve first the ordinary interest in actual days. In this given, we have loan made on December 19, 2020 to March 16, 2021. In actual days is a days that is based in calendar. So, how many days ang meron sa December? So, January, February. Pag nasa taas, 31. Pag sa baba, 30. So, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And December nasa taas, so is equal to 31 minus 19 kung saan nagsimula yung loan to find the remaining days. So, it's 12. Then December, it's 2020. So, next year is 2021. So, magsimula tayo sa January. So, how many days in January? January sa taas, so 31 days yan. Then next is February. How do we know if 28 or 29 or leap year or not? Then mag-base tayo sa year. 2021 divided by 4. And the answer is, ayun, may decimal. Kapag may decimal, which means it's a leap year, so 29. Then, again sa March 16, add, then the answer is 88. So, 88. Now, let's put this in a calculator to find the answer. The final answer is 171.11. That is our ordinary interest in actual days. Now, let's solve for ordinary interest in approximate days. In approximate days, it says that the days in a month is equal to 30. So, all months here is equal to 30. So, December, 30. But, nag-start siya nung December 19. So, 30 minus 19 to find the remaining days. The answer is 11. Yung January, sabi nga approximate days lahat 30. So, 30. And then March, nag-end ng 16. Then let's solve. The answer is 87. So, 87. Let's put it in a calculator. The answer is 169.166. So, let's count off in the nearest hundreds. magiging 169.17. That is our ordinary interest in approximate days. Let's have for example number 2. Kayla loan of 2,000 pesos with simple annual rate of 14% was made on January 16, 2019 and was due date on June 23, 2019. Find the exact interest in actual and approximate days. First, let's analyze the problem. Loan of 2,000 pesos. That's our principal and rate of 14%. So 14% magiging 0.14. Then multiply by time, which is the number of days over 365. Ang number of days in actual days. So hanapin natin siya. Ang loan daw is made on January 16, 2019 to June 23, 2019. And in this given, we're finding the exact interest in actual and approximate. So let's find the exact interest in actual days first. So we have January 16. When we say actual, it's the days in months based on calendar. So itong January, since January, pag nasa taas, 31, pag nasa baba, 30, 31, 30, 31, 30. Ibig sabihin, ang January, meron siyang 31 days. But, nagsimula siya nung January 16. So, minus 16 to find the remaining days. So, 31 minus 16 is equal to 15. Next is February. How do we know if this February is leap year or not? Kung 28 ba o 29 yung days niyan. So, mag-base tayo sa year. So, 2019 divided by 4 is 504.75. So, mayroon siyang decimal, which means it's a leap year. So, February is 29 days. Then March, January, February, March, nasa taas, 31. Then vice versa. June, nagtapos sa nung June 23 in the same year. So, 23 to. Then, let's add this. The answer is 159. So, 159. Then, let's put it in a calculator. 2,000 times 0.14 times 154 over 365. And the answer is 118.136. Then, round off to the nearest hundreds, hanggang dito lang. Then, magiging 118.14. Kasi yung 6 is 5. Mataas siya sa 5. So, our exact interest in actual days is 118.14. Now, let's solve for exact interest in approximate days. When we say approximate days, it's a days in a month that is equal to 30. So, yung January is 30. Pero nagsimula siya ng 16. So, 30 minus 16 to find the remaining days is equal to 14. Then 14. And February, parehas lang naman ng year yan, leap year. So, 29 din to. Then, hindi. No. Diba kapag approximate, days in a month is equal to 30. So, hindi na siya mag-base sa calendar. So, magiging 30 pa rin to. Then, 30, 30, 30. Pero nagtapos siyang 23, nung June 23, kaya 23 nilalagay natin dito.
Then, let's add. The answer is 157. 157. So, let's put it in a calculator. 2000 times 0.14 times 157 over 365. The answer is 120.438. Then round off to the nearest hundreds, magiging 120.44. So that is our exact interest in approximate days.
Now, let's have example number 3. Kyla loan of 8,000 pesos with simple annual rate of 18% was made on December 20, 2019 and was due date on March 2023. Find the exact interest in actual and approximate days.
First, let's analyze the problem. We have loan of 8,000 pesos, which is our principal, and the rate of 18%. 18% converted into decimal by 18 over 100, so magiging 0.18 siya. Multiply by time, which is number of days, over 365 in exact interest. Let's find first the exact interest in actual days. So sa given na to, ang loan is made on December 20, 2019 to March 20, 2023. In actual days, kapag sinabing actual, days in a month based on calendar. So, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Nasa taas yung December, which means 31. 31, then nag-start ng 20, minus 20, to find the remaining days. Then the answer will be 11. So it has 11 days. Then that is this month, December, is nasa loob siya ng 2019. Then 2019 to 2023. So 2020, 2021, 2022. I-compute na natin yung days in a year. So how do we know if this year is leap year or not? So year over 4, yung formula kanina. 2020 divided by 4. The answer is 505. So walang decimal. Therefore, it is not a leap year. So it has 365 days lang. Next, 2021 divided by 4. 505.25. May decimal, so 366. Next is 2022. 505.5. So, leap year siya. Then next, proceed tayo sa 2023. From January to March. January 31. February, how do we know if it's 28 or 29? Base tayo sa taon, 2023 divided by 4. 505.75, which is, it's a leap year. So, this is 29 days. Then March, nag-end sa 20. Then, that's all. The answer is 1,188. Let's put it in a calculator. The answer is 4,686.904. Then, round off to the nearest hundreds, magiging, ano lang siya, 9 or 0.90. exact interest in actual days is 4,686.90. Now let's solve for exact interest. In approximate days. When we say approximate days, ito yung days in a month is equal to 30. And days in a year, that's equals to 360. So therefore, in December 30, then minus 20, kung saan nag-start, to find the remaining days, then the answer is 10. And since approx to, automatic 360, then 30, nag-end sa 20, then add. The answer is 1,170. Let's put it in a calculator. The answer is 4,615.890. So, 89 lang siya. So, the exact interest in approximate days is 4,615.89.
Now, let's have an activity. You're given 3 minutes to answer this given problem. The time starts now. The answer is 73.287. Pero mag-round off tayo sa nearest hundreds kaya magiging 73.29. Now, proceed to activity number 2. The time starts now. The answer is 344.465. Pero mag-round off ulit tayo sa nearest hundreds kaya magiging 344.47. Proceed to activity number 3. The time starts now. The answer is 353.08.
That's for today's tutorial video. Once again, I'm Jan Jairo Villegas, or you can call me Sir Jan, from STEM 11-2P. And always remember that sometimes the questions are complicated, but the answer is simple, by Dr. Seuss. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening. Have a nice day and stay safe, everyone.